There was a woman who spent 7 years trying to quit her phone addiction. She deleted every app, twice. She bought a basic phone with no internet. She tried screen time limits, app blockers, and digital detox retreats. She read every book on willpower and discipline she could find. Nothing worked. Within hours, she always returned to the same pattern, scrolling, watching, hours disappearing into a screen without her even noticing. Then she visited Kyoto for a week and met an elderly tea master who noticed her checking her phone during a traditional tea ceremony. He did not scold her. He did not lecture her. He simply smiled and said something she never forgot. "You are fighting the river. You will always lose. Learn to redirect it instead." Within 3 months, that woman quit her phone addiction completely. Not through force, not through willpower. The tea master showed her a completely different way. A way that felt almost too easy to be true. What if everything you know about breaking bad habits is backwards? What if the very act of fighting your habits is what gives them power? What if there was a way to let habits fade away naturally? Without the exhausting battle, without needing constant willpower, and without the endless cycle of trying and failing? The Japanese have understood something about human nature that we in the West are only beginning to discover. They do not see habits as enemies to defeat. They do not believe in using force against yourself. Instead, they have developed a gentle system that works with your mind, not against it. The problem with force. We see this pattern everywhere. We join gyms in January with intense plans only to quit by February. We delete social media apps in a big dramatic detox only to reinstall them days later. We make grand promises, set impossible standards, then feel shame when we fall short. The Japanese approach starts from a completely different place. Instead of viewing habits as enemies to defeat, they see them as patterns that once had a purpose. Every habit, even the destructive ones, began as a solution to some problem. The phone scroller wants to escape loneliness. The late-night overeater is searching for relief from stress. The social media addict is running from boredom. Understanding this changes everything, because you cannot break what you do not understand. The power of observation. There was once a monk in Kyoto who struggled with anger. Every day, small irritations would build until he exploded at his students. He tried everything, hours of meditation, mantras, even fasting for days. Nothing worked. The harder he fought his anger, the stronger it seemed to become. Then an older monk told him something that changed his life. Stop trying to get rid of your anger. Instead, become curious about it. Watch it like you would watch a cloud passing through the sky. The young monk doubted this, but he tried. When anger arose, instead of pushing it down, he would quietly observe it. He would feel where it lived in his body. Heat in his chest, tension in his jaw. He would notice the thoughts that fueled it, but he would not judge it, not fight it, simply watch. Within weeks, something surprising happened. The anger began to lose its power. By observing it without judgment, he had created space between himself and the emotion. He could feel anger without being controlled by it. Eventually, the anger visited less often, and when it did come, passed through quickly, like a summer storm. Understanding impermanence. This principle forms the foundation of the Japanese approach. They understand that nothing lasts forever, including cravings and urges. That desperate need for a cigarette will pass. That overwhelming urge to check your phone will fade. That craving will come and go like a wave. A businessman in Tokyo used this to quit his 20-year smoking habit. Instead of throwing away his cigarettes, he kept them on his desk. When the urge arose, he would pick one up, hold it, smell it, and fully experience the craving. Then he would set a timer for 10 minutes. During those 10 minutes, he did not distract himself or fight the urge. He simply sat with it, observing how it moved through his body like a wave. He noticed it would get strongest around 3 minutes, then gradually fade away. By the time 10 minutes passed, the intensity had usually decreased enough that he could choose not to smoke. This was not about willpower. It was about understanding the nature of cravings. Most cravings last only 3 to 5 minutes at their strongest. If you can surf that wave without being pulled under, you discover something powerful. You are not your cravings. You are the awareness that observes them. The art of Kaizen. The Japanese have another concept called Kaizen, meaning continuous small improvement. Western culture loves dramatic transformation. We want to quit all our bad habits at once and become completely different people by next Monday. This all-or-nothing thinking sets us up for failure every single time. Kaizen takes the opposite approach. Instead of changing everything at once, you change 1% at a time. If you want to break a habit of watching 4 hours of television each night, you do not go cold turkey. You reduce it by 5 minutes. That is it. 5 minutes less today than yesterday. This seems almost insultingly small, but it works because it does not trigger the brain's alarm system. When you make dramatic changes, your nervous system sees danger and activates resistance. But tiny changes slip under the radar. The brain does not register them as threats, so there is no massive resistance. A woman in Kyoto used Kaizen to break her shopping addiction. She did not cut up her credit cards or promise to stop shopping forever. She simply started waiting one day before making any online purchase. If she still wanted the item after 24 hours, she could buy it. After a month, she extended the wait to 2 days, then 3. Within 6 months, she was waiting a full week before any purchase. And by then, she rarely still wanted the items. Ikigai, the real power of change. Many habits stay because they fill an empty space in our lives. We smoke because we are stressed. We overeat because we are lonely. We scroll because we are bored. Unless we address the real underlying need, breaking the habit only creates an empty space that demands to be filled again. This is where Ikigai comes in, your reason for being. The Japanese approach says to find what truly gives your life meaning and gradually replace the destructive habit with something that meets your real need. A programmer who drank heavily every evening discovered through honest reflection that he was not addicted to alcohol itself. He was addicted to the transition it provided, from work stress to personal time. Alcohol was his ritual for shifting gears. Once he understood this, he built a new transition ritual. He would change into comfortable clothes, make tea, and spend 10 minutes sketching something he had loved as a child, but abandoned years ago. This was not simply swapping one habit for another. It was understanding the deeper need and meeting it genuinely. The sketching reconnected him with a creative part of himself that work had buried. As this new pattern strengthened, the pull of alcohol naturally weakened on its own. The path forward. The Japanese understand that lasting change happens in harmony with your nature, not in opposition to it. You are not conquering yourself. You are not defeating your weaknesses. You are growing into a fuller version of who you already are. Do not fight the river. Redirect it. Do not punish the habit. Trace it back to its root. Do not demand overnight transformation. Trust the one small step taken today. The river does not change course in a single day, but with patient, gentle redirection, it always finds a new way. And so will you. Thank you for watching.